In this question we've been asked to find the values of x for which 2x squared plus x minus 1 is less than 0. Now there are two approaches to this that we can take. We can either use the quadratic formula to find the values of x which will make it 0, or we can graph the quadratic and then find out what values are less than 0. Either way, we still need to find what values will make this function equal to 0. So let's just start off by pretending that we're after that. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 1. So this is minus 2 plus or minus, minus 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 1 all over 2 times 2. 1 squared is 1, 4 times 2 is 8, so that'll be plus 8, which makes that minus 1 plus or minus the square root of 9, which is plus or minus 3 over 4. So 1 minus 3 would give me 4, negative 4, so that would be negative 4 over 4, which is minus 1, so therefore x equals minus 1, or minus 1 plus 3 is 2 over 4, so x would be a half. This is a positive quadratic, so that means what we're looking at is a quadratic that looks something like this, where that value there is minus 1 and that value there is a half. Clearly the graph is only negative where it is below the x-axis, and so the answer to this question is where x is an element of the interval, non-inclusive interval, minus 1 to a half. Now it's non-inclusive because this is a less than 0. If it was less than equal to 0, this would be inclusive. And so that's the answer we're looking for. Question 2 asks us to find the coordinates of the turning point for the graph with the equation y is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 5. Now clearly this graph is in standard form. So we take our quadratic sheet and we look at the standard form for the turning point, and it tells us that the turning point is at minus b over 2a, comma, minus b squared over 4a plus c. So a is 1, b is 4 and c is 5. So this becomes minus 4 over 2 times 1 minus 4 squared, so minus 16 over 4 times 5, so 4 times 1 plus 5. Well, negative 4 over 2 is simply negative 2, and negative 16 over 4 is negative 4, plus 5 is 1. So that is our turning point. We're told that the graph of y equals 2x squared minus kx plus 3 touches the x-axis, and we're asked to find the possible values of k. Well, if it touches the x-axis, this means that the discriminant equals 0. That's touches the x-axis. This means that b squared minus 4ac equals 0, where a is 2, b is k, and c is 3. But we've got to remember that k here is negative. So this is negative k, this is negative k squared minus 4 times 2 times 3 equals 0. 4 times 2 is 8, times 3 is 24. So we have negative k all squared is equal to 24. So therefore, k is equal to plus or minus the square root of 24. Now the square root of 24, I can't find that exactly, but I know that it's around about 5. So if I'm looking at my answers and there's an answer just a little less than 5, that's okay. Or what I can recognise is that 24 is 4 times 6, so this is also plus or minus, make that a little clearer, plus or minus 2 root 6. And they're the answers I'm looking for.